Yolan True, and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy, and welcome to another once a month midday extra video, the TLDR video for the preview of what's gonna happen tonight. TLDR in this case usually is too long, don't read is the normal one, but in this case usually is too lazy, don't read. So let's go through to it together. Haven't looked at it yet, so we just went into maintenance. And now we're going to talk about what Scopely is announcing for Arcfall tonight. They say we're going to have new missions. And as we all already know, we're going to have a new ship, the USS Dauntless. There will be additions to the aggregation refinery. There will be additions to the aggregation research tree. There once again seems to be only one epic officer. I hope they don't spell it like that. We will see. And a new battle pass. I mean, Guldukat would make sense after we had Vinadami, although it was Vedic Vin and not Kai Vin. Let's see. But they also say there will be a few more quality of life updates, and they want to change the system warp access so that the Max Gorn Eviscerator plus the Max Fleet Commander Kirk warp range can reach the entire loop as it stands now. And so there will be two affected systems here. And as I already said in the video, with this update they will raise the ceiling for the hostile cap. You might have seen that video already. They're raising it from 2,000 to 2,500. I still think it's too low, but whatever. And something else that I already talked about in the video because of their announcements, they will change the officer abilities for Strange New Worlds Scotty and Strange New Worlds Black Ops and Banger, because we won't have too much more Flashpoint in the near future. So they're changing it that both officers now have some value against Suliban hostiles instead of the Flashpoint hostiles. We will get a few new missions. There will be core missions, Ops 35 plus, and some Dauntless side missions, Ops 45 plus. So at least something for players Ops 35 plus. My Ops 12 account didn't get anything in this year, kinda. So they really want people on higher levels, as it seems. But now let's get to the big fish here. That's the new ship, the USS Dauntless. It will be an epic interceptor. Once again, it's an Ops 45 plus ship, so a shipyard 45 ship. And as with many other things we recently had, it's nothing for smaller players yet, and that's probably another reason. Or another way to get people upgrading faster than before, because at 40 and 45 you will be trashed with stuff, but before that there's not much anymore, so you have to progress there. And it will have 15 tiers and 75 levels, and you can get the blueprints in the aggregation refinery. So it's another ship that from day one can be sourced for free via the game itself. So that's a good thing. I saw a lot of people getting the Reliance recently after the 100 days were over since it started in the game. And so it will be the same with the Dauntless. I talked about the Dauntless a few videos ago. In this case, I can announce I have a great German community as well. You know that I'm filming these videos in German as well. And because of them, I will get the Dauntless tonight. So in the best case, tomorrow evening, you already will see my Dauntless ship and loop video on that one. So I try to publish that tomorrow evening already. There's one more thing you need to know. Despite what you could do with the Reliant and everything, there's a limit. You can only have one Dauntless. So with me buying it tonight, if it's the usual price, I have to say. If they are raising prices, it will still not happen. But if it's the usual price, I will buy it today. I will not get a second one via the game. So just already to tell, I cannot show that in the changes of the refinery if I buy the ship tonight. So everybody else from Ops 45 will see it, but that is something I will not be able to show in the refinery video if I buy the ship tonight because of that limitation. The abilities will be quite interesting and how that whole thing works. I will not go into every detail now because I'm going to make a ship video for tomorrow evening. But it will have an active sweep and an active apex barrier. Both are passive abilities. But it will also get you increased loot from hostiles, and it will increase the reclaimed loot from aggregation hostiles. And it will have an active ability that's seek and destroy. So the Dauntless will automatically hunt nearby targets as you they say as you monitor the field. They say doesn't engage with revenge hostiles. Those are the ones that are hunting you, and can't be used in a wave defense or an arena. But everywhere else. So none of the hunters that are hunting you, no wave defense, no arena. Everywhere else you can have this auto hunt hostiles, which will help in a grind, obviously. But when we go into the details with the ship and the loop, then you will see that there are limitations to that. Here you see the picture of the whole loop here for the Dauntless, and what you can get from it, and what you can exchange then. You will need obviously resources to trigger the search, seek and destroy ability. In the beginning you can do that kind of once a day if I got it for 10 minutes, and in the end or later on you can do it 4 times a day for 30 minutes if I remember correctly what they had in their first announcement. As I said, there's new aggregation research. That's just a lot of stuff for the Dauntless, which will mean that you will need the Dauntless to do this research, I guess. And there it is. At tier 1 you start with 1 daily activation for 10 minutes. And we get a bundle of 600 system scans to test the whole seek and destroy stuff. But later on you can have 4 activations per day, 30 minutes each, so what I just said. And there is a lot of research for the Dauntless as well, but we will cover that in a video on the update of the aggregation research as well. As I said, there's a new epic officer. That's now Vil Guldukat. Here at least they spelled his rank correctly. I'm quite picky on that one because my in-game profile starts with Ghoul, so that's why I was quite annoyed from the beginning. But it's Vil, like villain Guldukat. He's wearing civilian clothes. This time it's like the Guldukat that jumped in. Got jumped by Cisco into the fire caves, but still looking Cardassian. That's why I meant the fire cave thing after his Bajoran camouflage was gone and he looked Cardassian again. Like Adami, he is good against stations, so they're increasing station attacks here, and also his below deck ability is against players. So in this case he has an officer ability and a below deck ability, and no captain's maneuver. Being the leader of the Cardassian military for quite some time, it's quite interesting, but still. There will be another new projectile. We had one recently, and of course there will be a new battle pass. Will be very interesting to see what's in there. They say there will be Dauntless parts in there, Dauntless prototype data, Ducat shards, and aggregation loop progression. Will be interesting to see how that will work. Also, they say there will be another quiz. To be honest, I've never taken part in one. If you have experience with those quizzes, that's something that would be nice to hear in the comments for once, because I never had the time to do that. And known issues on release. That's quite interesting. After activating the USS Dauntless active ship ability Seek and Destroy in the Mirror Universe space, you will need to wait until the duration ends. When restarting the game, the ability will remain active and the ship cannot be moved manually. So this is a new one. They already know a bug they are introducing tonight. Usually they never did. We only had a lot of interesting stuff happening at Arcfall, but that is a new one that they already tell us before they start that there will be a bug. Yeah, that's really new. And they said they did some bug fixes. The list is still far too short for my taste, to be honest, because there is so many bugs still. I'm making a collection on my German Discord at the moment to make videos in English and German later on about the long list of bugs that's out there. But at least they are doing something on the Kirshara. I'm looking forward to see if that's working, because the Kirshara is still not working properly the most times. So will be interesting to see if that worked. But still, there's so much more they need to work on. The list is far too short. But overall, the whole event list here, so the Arcfall list here is quite short once again. So it really seems that because of scrapping the whole Flashpoint stuff, they really had to reduce the content that they are bringing in, because it's kind of improvised now after canceling Flashpoint, but it's not that much, to be honest, that we are going to see tonight. We will see how the Dauntless works. As I said, I'll try to give you a video on that one tomorrow. Not from Mirror Universe space, obviously, although that is the one where I really want to use that thing, because I absolutely still need the speed ups. At the moment, not the reputation, because I finally reached the triple lock, but still. And before I completely forget it, there is an announcement included here as well that I skipped over regarding G7. They have published a list of servers that will go to G7 tonight. One of them will be my server, by the way, but I'm far away from G7. I just reached Op 68. And looking at the buildings I all have to do, that will take a long time to get there. But nevertheless, some of my players probably will go there from my alliance. And so in a few days, I think in a week or so, when the first can tell me about their first experiences there, then we can go over this announcement again, and then I can give you a little bit more detail of how it's working. But there are also servers that will not ascend tonight to G7. That is because they don't have enough Op 70 players to do that. And so here's a list as well of the servers not going there. Will be very interesting. What's going to happen there, but as I said, it will take a while until I can show you anything about G7. So I will not cover it too much because of the limits that I have as an Op 68 player. But as I said, when I get more experience reports from my first G7 players in my alliance, then I will do a recap on this announcement. But for today, I just wanted to include that in this video, that there is this announcement as well, and that there's a list of servers that are going to G7 tonight. And because the video, I've seen the video, which sounded quite complicated, but they didn't say in the video that it's going to happen tonight. So I'm happy that we have the patch notes now for the margins, which is going to G7, and that they included the servers here. So looking forward to your reports as well. Some of you will go to G7 tonight, so I'm looking forward to your reports on Discord as well. So looking forward to that one. Will be interesting, and I'm looking forward to your thoughts on Villains Part 2. It was quite a short video for the midday once a month, shorter than usual, but still. Let me know in the comments below the video and on Discord what you think about Villains Part 2, and if you want to see another video right now, while probably maintenance is still on, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.